Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Married at First Sight Season 16, Episode 9. It's titled Partying Ways. Okay, first up is Dominique and McKinley. We left off where Pastor Cal was talking to them, and Dominique said, I'm over it. And Pastor Cal said, do you mean you're over the conversation or are you over the marriage? And Dominique said, I want a divorce. And Pastor Cal basically told her that he hopes she don't get into another serious relationship because she's not mature enough for a serious relationship. And she does not agree with that. He said, when you're in a marriage, you have to stay and fight it out. You don't just quit. And poor McKinley, he is back to the basement. He thought he was going to live in a nice apartment, be on TV and get some cash, but she just dashed his hopes and dreams. So she tells him that she's sorry, and then we see him cry. I think he was getting ready to do an interview, and then he got up. He couldn't do his interview because he was crying. Next scene, Dominique and her mom, they go out for lunch, and they talk about the failed marriage. The mother said that she wanted to get to know McKinley better, and Dominique said, Dominique is being mean. She said that McKinley is petty and is vocal about the things he was not going to do. What does she mean by that? If somebody asks me to jump out of a plane and I don't want to do it, I'm going to say, no, I don't want to do it. Of course you're going to be vocal about the things you don't want to do, Dominique. What the hell? Anyway, the mother was talking about McKinley being negative or complaining a lot, and she said, did you give him a chance to change his behavior? And Dominique said, I'm not here to change people. I didn't start this process. I didn't go into this process to change people. Dominique is just bitter. So the mother said that if she, asked her if she could have been more patient with McKinley, and Dominique said she was patient enough. And she said this was not the relationship for her, and she's dead set on her decision to get a divorce. Next up, Gina and Clint. We see Clint playing frisbee with a friend, Andrew. Clint tells Andrew that Gina kept talking about her salon on the honeymoon. He also told Andrew that him and Gina are not physically attracted to each other. And Clint said that PC said that the attraction can come from within. Andrew don't agree with that. He said this is a hard environment. This is not a normal environment to be in. And it's a lot of pressure to be together, much less be attracted to each other, force an attraction for each other. And I agree with Andrew. They're not attracted to each other. It's not going to work. But Clint is funny. Clint was talking about Gina's dog, and Gina said, I'm ginger, or I'm a redhead, and her dog has the same color hair as I do. I thought that was funny. Next up, we saw Gina and Clint and the dog moving into the apartment, and he is right. The dog is has the same hair color as he does, and the dog is very cute. Next scene is time for their housewarming party, and everybody's drinking margaritas. They're putting on fake tattoos, and they're eating tacos, and that sounds like my type of party. I like that. But Clint is the only guy there. They're all women there. So Clint is talking to Gina's friends in the living room, and he told them about the ups and downs that they've been having. But then he said, at least we are both financially secure. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but that's what he said. Gina's in the bedroom talking to Clint's friend, and one of Clint's friends told Gina that if she focused on a negative, that will tear their relationship apart. And Gina claims that they have more positive than negatives, and I don't think so. Where did she get that from? They're both living in the apartment, but they're in separate bedrooms. And Gina will never, ever forget that comment that he made about athletic and slender. She'll never forget that comment. Next up is Jasmine and Aries. So Aries is having lunch with his cousin, Negative Nancy. I'm going to call her Nancy from now on. And of course, Aries tells Nancy that Jasmine is more into him than he is into her. So Nancy said to him, you're not attracted to her? He said, she's attractive, but she's not my type. He said, Jasmine's a good person. She's a ride or die. She got my back. She'll help me out if I'm sick, but There's no sexual attraction for her. He has no sexual attraction for her. Nancy asks him if they've had sex. Why would he ask him that? He just told you he's not attracted to her. Aries said no. They have not had sex, but he said when he gets into the bed, all he does is go to sleep. Aries said Jasmine is hoping that his feelings for her will change. And then Nancy said that it sounds like a textbook answer. She didn't give an answer. He says Jasmine is hoping that my feelings for her will change. That's not a textbook answer. It's not an answer. He's telling you how Jasmine feels. She just wants to say that Jasmine is fake. She said Jasmine is fake. Nancy says Jasmine is fake because she's not saying her feelings are hurt. Does she have to say her feelings are hurt? Of course her feelings are hurt. He doesn't find her attractive. He doesn't want to have sex with her. Of course her feelings are hurt. Does she have to actually come out and say it for your benefit so you can feel happy, so you can feel better? Come on, girl. So Aries brings up the housewarming apartment. And Negative Nancy says she's not coming to the housewarming party because Aries is not invested into the relationship, so it makes no sense her coming to the housewarming party. I thought Negative Nancy would want to come to the party and show us more of her cleavage and get some airtime, some camera time, but I guess not. So then Nancy asked me if he wants to be married, and he said, yes, he wants to be married. What he should have said is, yes, I want to be married, but I don't want to be married to Jasmine, because that's how he feels. And I heard on the after show that he was flirting with Dominique. I think him and Dominique's personality would get along better than him and Jasmine's anyway. But anyway, Nancy told him to go home and have sex with his wife. Why would she tell him that? He just said he's not attracted to her. Then she tells him that you should have never gotten married. First she said go home and have sex with your wife. Then she said you should have never gotten married. Then she told him to either make it work or don't waste his time. Anyway, next scene, Aries and Jasmine are sitting on the sofa and they're talking. And we found out that Jasmine did not want Nancy to come to the party, the housewarming party. But I thought Jasmine would have been the bigger person and invited her anyway, but she didn't. Anyway, Aries ends up telling Jasmine that he did invite Nancy to the party and she declined. And Jasmine is happy about that. Aries tells Jasmine that maybe a year from now, his cousin will be happy about his marriage. Stop gaslighting Jasmine, Aries. You won't be married a year from now. I don't even think y'all will make it to decision day, so stop it. Next, it's time for the housewarming party. The guests arrive and they sit around drinking wine. They didn't have no food. They had like finger food, cheese and crackers. They didn't really have any food. And they're talking about Jasmine 4 dogs. And then one person asked about their communication. Why would you ask that? I think the producers told him to ask that. And Aries takes a jab at Jasmine. He tells them that when they were making the guest list for the party, Jasmine did not say anything about not inviting his cousin. She waited for when she was outside the apartment and texted him and told him she did not want the cousin to come. And that's what you do. When you don't want to say something to somebody's friends, somebody's face, you text them. That's what you do, Aries. So what's the big deal? But he throws her under the bus. Took a jab at her. I couldn't have a disloyal husband like that who throws me under the bus and is disloyal to me. That's not nice. I don't like that. He could have just said, our communication skill is not great, but we're working on it. He could have just said something like that. So Jasmine basically tells them that, the cousin disrespected her, so she didn't want her at the party. Okay? She didn't want her in her house. So Jasmine's sister and aunt, I think that's her aunt, took Aries to the bedroom to talk to him. And then he's talking about, oh, we need more room because of the 4 dogs. The 4 dogs are not even there. Only one of her dogs is there. The other dogs are puppies that she's going to be selling, so they're not going to be moving in. So what is he talking about? Oh. So in the kitchen, Aries' friend, Reggie, asked Jasmine her concerns. And Jasmine straight up told him that she's concerned that they're not having sex. But she said they have a lot in common, so they're going to try and make it work. Try and make the marriage work. They don't have nothing in common. Is she crazy? In the bedroom, Jasmine's aunt asked Aries his expectation for the marriage. And he said that the expectation is to get to know each other better. And then she asked him if he can see himself falling in love with Jasmine. And he says, we'll see. We'll see. You don't know. And I don't think they're impressed with what Eris is saying about Jasmine. And Eris didn't say anything nice about Jasmine. He's complained about her communication skills, then he complained about her dogs. I think that's it for them. Next up is Nicole and Chris. Nicole is having lunch with her friend, and she's telling her friend how nice Chris is. I don't think Chris is all that nice. Chris don't want your dog in the apartment. Chris don't want to live with you after decision day. Chris is nasty. He don't wash clothes until 30 days after the fact. How nice is Chris? He's so nice. Chris is lazy. He says he's lazy. He comes home from work, walk his dog, and he sits on the couch and don't do nothing. What's so wonderful about Chris? She tells her friend that Chris compliments her a lot. So the friend says, "Are those genuine compliments or fake compliments?" And she says, "I think they're genuine." Why would the friend ask that? Because she knows those compliments are not genuine. So basically, Nicole tells her friend that she is scared that the next shoe is going to fall. She thinks she's going to do something to piss Chris off, and then he's going to dump her. So now she's going to tiptoe around this man and not piss him off, not rock the boat, like she said last episode. She ain't going to rock the boat because she's scared she's going to piss him off and he's going to dump her. He's going to dump her. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Next scene is time for the housewarming party. Nicole bought a shirt for Chris and he refused to wear the shirt. And she claims her feelings weren't hurt. Yeah, your feelings are hurt. So we saw him with a new outfit, and it's a new outfit because it's not wrinkled. So you can tell his outfit is new. And I'll admit, he looks nice in his little outfit. So her friends took him to the bedroom to talk to him. And he tells them how much he likes Nicole, and they haven't had any fights yet. And Nicole is in the kitchen talking to Chris's brother and his Chris friend, and she's telling them how nice Chris is. So the brother asks Nicole if she's open to compromising. Now, why did the brother ask Nicole that? The brother asks Nicole that because he knows his brother Chris is a spoiled brat who cries to get his way. That's why he asked her that. Next up, Kristen and Shaquille. I was about to say Kirsten and Shaquille. Right? Yeah. For the housewarming party, they invited two married couples over, and they tell their guests that their honeymoon was fun and romantic. But they did not consummate the marriage. Of course, they didn't compromise the marriage. Kristen can't even kiss him. She's grossed out by the fact that she has to kiss him sometime soon. So to get the guests, they asked her about the kissing. And her excuses, she says she's not a good kisser. And Shaquille asked them, so what is a good kisser? And Kristen interrupts and make a toast because she don't want to discuss the kissing anymore because she knows she's full of crap. In his confessional, Shaquille said he's a kisser, but she's not a kisser, but he can be patient. He's going to be waiting forever. I couldn't be with somebody who does not want to kiss me. That's crazy. So Kristen is talking to his friends in the bedroom, and she tells them that Shaquille is being patient with her, but she doesn't want him to be discouraged. I'd be discouraged. After 14 days you haven't kissed me, Kristen, I'd be discouraged. I keep calling her Kristen. She's Kirsten. Then we see Shaquille in the living room talking to Kirsten's friends, and he asks them if he's being too patient. Yes, you're being too patient. After 14 days and she hasn't kissed you, you need to dump her. She will never kiss you. She will never want to kiss you. Okay? So her friends told him that he has to figure out what she wants. What about what he wants, friend? What about what he wants? I hate these one-sided relationships. So one of his men friend was telling Kirsten that when he first met his wife, he wasn't sexually attracted to her, but then all of a sudden, boom, he decided he was sexually attracted to her. Why they have him on the they should just cut his little segment out. So they made her uncomfortable by asking her about decision day and asking her if she can see herself spending the rest of her life with Shaquille. She can't even kiss the man. How is she going to spend the rest of her life with him? I can't stand these friends and family. They ask the dumbest questions. Ugh. Okay, next up is the meet up. All the couples meet up with a potluck dish. Dominic and McKinley are there. They toast each other. They all drink and they eat and they talk about the housewarming parties, and everybody's talking how well things are going. And McKinley asked if anybody have had sex yet, and Chris and Nicole said yes, they've had sex. And Aries thinks that Chris blew Nicole's back out, but Nicole let us know that she blew Chris's back out. And I hate that saying, blew the back out, blow the back out. It sounds like some rough, hurtful sex to me. It doesn't sound good. So Clint asks Aries if him and Jasmine have gotten freaky yet, and they said no freakiness, no intimacy. And I think Clint, did I say Chris? Clint, I think he's competing with Aries, because I remember at the bachelor party, he was saying, Aries and Clint was saying how they'd recently have sex before they started the process. So I think those two are competing with each other about who's gonna have sex next. So, because he asked Aries that same question on the honeymoon. He asked him about twice. Have you blown Jasmine's back out yet? So I think he's competing with Aries. So Jasmine told them that that she is sexually attracted to Aries, but Aries is not sexually attracted to her yet. He's never ever gonna be sexually attracted to you, Jasmine. So then Gina said she's in the same boat, and Shaquille said he's in the same boat. So then they asked McKinley and Dominique what's going on with them, and McKinley said they are getting a divorce. They made a decision to get a divorce. And Dominique basically told them that McKinley is a negative person and she is a positive person, and she does not need that in her life, and she felt like she needs to cut it off before it got toxic. And McKinley said he does not agree. He said that he has been blindsided by Dominique wanting a divorce. He said that she belittled him throughout the whole honeymoon period, and it wore him down, and he told her that she doesn't compromise. He's been doing all the compromising, and Cliff told Dominique that throwing in the towel is easy and they should stick it out. And I don't like Kristen, but what she said to them, I like what she said to them. She said to Dominique, don't give up on him, because you wouldn't want somebody to give up on you. And I thought that was a nice thing to say. Nicole told Dominique that she is going to regret giving up so soon, and Nicole asked Dominique if they can take a break and then come back together and start over fresh. And Dominique says maybe, and they cheers to that. So now Dominique and McKinley, they're in the apartment together, and McKinley asked Dominique why did she say maybe, and Dominique said she felt pressured. She said Nicole was staring at her with those big bulging eyes, and she felt she had to say something, so she said maybe. And Dominique said they weren't listening to her. She said they weren't listening to what she was saying. We heard what you said, Dominique. You said he's negative, you're positive, you don't want that in your life, and you want a divorce. That's what you said. They were listening to you, and you've only known him for 2 weeks. So then, anyway, McKinley is blindsided again. He asked her, where do they go from here? And Dominique said she wouldn't mind being his friend. McKinley said he does not want to be her friend. And Dominique is done. She told the camera that she feels like a caucus in the middle of the road being ran over and over again. She said McKinley is immature and petty, and she doesn't need that in her life. McKinley said to the camera that Dominique does not know what she wants. She's too young to know what she wants, and she doesn't need to be in a serious relationship. And Dominique tells the camera that it's fine, that he doesn't want to be her friend. She said she's been pushed to her limit, and she said she's going on a soul-searching journey to put herself back together again. And McKinley feels cheated. He said to the camera that she is the one that wants a divorce, and he said that you have to give things time, and he didn't get any time. Anyway, this is the end of my review. I can't wait for next episode. I think it's going to be a little bit more spicier. I can't wait. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.